When we left off, we had just completed a sailing passage from Puerto Montt to Puerto Aguirre in southern Chile.
That's the proper ferry.
After several weeks aboard Sea Rover 2 with our friend Gary, our Chilean sailing adventure had come to a close at the small island town of Puerto Aguirre. But we weren't quite ready to say goodbye to Chile yet. A 4-hour ferry ride past waterfalls and through fjords took us straight to the heart of Patagonia in the Icen region.
But I feel like a blue soul, face twisted in my wrist sore. From when I fell down a stairwell, hell, let's try to make a combo.
We are up in the mountains in Chile. This is the town of Coyhaique. Yesterday after our ferry ride, we hopped on a few buses and we're up here spending a couple days before we fly back to the Pacific Northwest.
To get to the town of Coyhaique here, we got right off that ferry. That was about $3 each for a 4-hour ferry ride. Got right off the ferry and waiting for us
was a little minibus, a colectivo, like a shared ride van that costs just over $1 to get into the bigger town of Icen.
From Icen, we had right at the bus stop there, which was our next trip to Coyhaique, where we are right now. And that was another about $3 each, I think. And that was like maybe a 1.5 hour bus ride there. And we didn't have to wait for any of these. We basically stepped off one and
lined up perfectly back to back. And now we're here in Coyhaique, exploring for a day or two before we hop on a plane back home.
Definitely a great little town, a great place to base yourself if you wanted to go do some more exploring into, say, the Laguna San Rafael or even the Torres del Paine and so on. It's a good southern location, I guess.
Felipe, tenemos un teléfono de emergencia que es el más 56.
Right next to the hostel here that we were staying at, Hillary found a car rental place, and it's cheaper than we thought. It's going to be cheaper than a night in the hotel, so we're going to sleep in the car tonight and do a bit of driving, and we can drop it off at the airport for no charge. That's pretty cool.
We are going to head out of town here, drive south, and check out some of the mountains, national parks, lakes, see what we find. Today we're pretty excited to get out into the countryside and see a little bit of a different side than the water that we've been exploring. So hopefully some more waterfalls, awesome mountains, and who knows what else.
Try to catch it with my hands so that I can take it home. Hoping I can keep it when I'm there when we go. Try to catch it with my try to catch it with my
least it's not like flowing super bad right now, otherwise I'd be a bit worried. Hola. Gracias. Yeah, you gotta go inside. Oh, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Cow.
Well, the last maybe 15 k's or so has been all dirt gravel road, and now we're stopped at another bit of roadwork stuff, which we've been seeing really for the whole day today. They're really doing a lot of renovations on the highway.
I guess it's summertime, so the time that you do it when it's not covered in snow.
Unfortunately, that means you have to stop and get out and look at the scenery and smell the beautiful, well, you guys can't smell that, but it's gorgeous. It's so fresh, so much water in Chile.
Rain and trees and plants.
In the part of Chile we are anyway.
Yes.
There's a lot of water. Yeah, there's a lot of bird sounds. So not a bad place to just pass the hours.
And this is the main highway through this section of country. It just happens to be gravel dirt road because there's not much out here other than countryside.
A lot of European travelers we've seen, a lot traveling in RVs or kind of SUV type RV stuff, and a lot of bicycle tourists as well. So with their, what do they call it?
Saddlebags?
Kind of different names. That's with a P, right?
I don't know.
So we've seen a lot of bicycle guys, mostly European I think, traveling around on their bikes.
We're just out exploring. We don't have too much of a plan. We've just been driving south. At some point, we have to turn around and head back towards the airport, but nice day.
Well, the bridge is washed out, probably from all the recent rain that we've had, so until this gets repaired, it looks like we won't be getting across. Cause some damage.
This is Lago General Carrera, also known as Lago Chilenca by the native tribe, and it is the largest lake in Chile. It's 970 square kilometers, and it's going to be our turnaround point today. Gotta head back.
Mini market stop.
Stocked up on treats.
You read the sign on the door?
I didn't.
Okay.
Discount. You bring your own bag. As our time in Patagonia came to an end, we reflected on what an incredible place and trip it had been. But it still wasn't quite over yet.
Well, we're done with our sailing here in Chile and we're about to make our way back to the US. We've got a few stops first, one being a long layover here.
In Santiago, Chile, the capital, and we're gonna see the sights, or what we can of them while we're here.
We have no idea where we're going or what we're doing today, but we've got like 11 hours here, so we're just gonna have a wander around. Looks like a nice, beautiful day. We're in shorts. Well, I'm in shorts.
I don't have any shorts with me.
Ask whatever you like. That's kind of the idea of the tour, you know, not just to show you around. So any questions, please let me know. This area around Plaza de Armas, this was like a fancy neighborhood, you know, like people with money or famous people of Chile would live back in those days, like around Plaza de Armas. Actually, presidents of Chile used to live in these apartments you see here at the back, so this was like a really fancy place. Has a lot to do what's going on now in Chile, because the idea was to solve this, so we're going to solve the big problem of Chile, which is still nowadays social difference, you know what I mean? And we have a famous saying, we say, don't forget it, Santiago is not Chile, we say.
Throughout the city, there was graffiti on almost every building from the recent protests and social unrest.
They're doing an election in April to see if people want or not to change the constitution. And basically the three basic things they want to change: health, education, and the pension system. Okay, and this organization became pretty famous. They no more AFP. In Chile we have an individual pension system, you know, and they want to change it to a collective pension system.
This river, which is usually flowing, but I think this is like the driest that they've seen. I don't know if in Chile, but in Santiago in like 20 years. So the river's pretty dry. There's a mural over here on the other side of the bank, which looks obviously quite new. And you can probably see that there's a map of Chile laying sideways, and there's a whole bunch of eyes down there. And the eyes, I think, have to do with all the protesters. I think so far there's been like 230 people that have lost an eye. Due to the police using rubber bullets and aiming or accidentally, I don't know what you call it, shooting protesters in the face or in the eye, and they've lost an eye. So the eye is going to become a pretty big symbol, and it's all around town down here. And I believe, I don't know if they still are or not, I know they did suspend the use of rubber bullets for a while. Maybe that's still the case, I'm not really sure. Funny, so how do you like this guy's just standing out there with his gas mask? Very interesting. We're in like one of the main plazas. So here you got the traffic police just directing traffic. You got regular citizens who are just trying to cross the road and walk around town. Then you got the other people, I guess, the protesters and stuff that come and go and get dispersed. The riot police run them off, and then you've got the giant like SWAT team trucks here that are like spraying water and tear gas and stuff. It's a very weird mix of like the city trying to continue about regular business, but it's obviously not. It's kind of sad, and I think now too they've agreed to like go to a referendum or a vote on a new constitution and everything. But there's a lot of people that just still really want to push their point across.
Thanks so much for watching, and a huge thanks to our Adrift crew who support the making of these videos. If you enjoyed watching, we'd love it if you gave us a thumbs up and shared this video with your friends. Until next time, adios.